Welcome to our web exclusive. I'm Mike Montecalvo along with Eyewitness News Analyst Lt General Reginald Centracchio here. We're going to talk about the cold weather, and it's getting extreme this week. But first, let's talk about Inauguration Day for a moment, General. It went out without a hitch. National Guard had a lot to do with that. I was there. There was security everywhere for the inauguration.
It was, and once again, we've talked about this every so often on the preparation for it. And from what I saw yesterday, everything went exactly as it was supposed to go. There were no incidents, no lacks of any kind of security, certainly no incidents that would have called in any kind of assets. So what I saw was a well-planned, well-executed inauguration.
You know, it was impressive, too. So many people going into the State House. There were hundreds of people, especially when the ceremony was over. It was so cold. They were trying to get in, and how orderly it was. You know, they had dogs there. They were frisking everybody. How orderly it was going through the State House.
It was, and once again, that's a plan that was devised to be able to take a volume of people and not sacrifice the security that needs to go with it. So between the Capitol Police, as well as the State Police, the National Guard, Providence Police, it all went exactly as it had been planned.
All right. You could see yesterday it was snowing, it was cold. The cold weather is going to continue this week. It is wintertime. You just got off the phone with EMA officials. How are they preparing for this cold snap?
They're preparing a full sheet on their website explaining what cold weather is all about in reference to what a cold spell means. In essence, 30 minutes is a crucial time to be able to not get frostbite or any other kind of compromises for the body. Open skin, you know, free skin of any kind of gloves and those kind of covers. But more importantly, their guidance as to what not to do in reference to making sure you don't have house fires and those kinds of things.
Okay, if you talk to police chiefs, they always say it gets ramped up this time of year. We're not just talking about space heaters, but it's throwing clothes on top of heaters that could cause fires.
Exactly. It's one of the major causes. People come in from shoveling their walks and maybe damp and or cold or wet, and they throw it on a space heater thinking it's going to dry in short order, and then they forget that it's there, and all of a sudden you have a fire. So that's the number one. The number two is that they use their ovens, either gas or electric, and leave it open, not understanding that there's no thermostat when that's involved, and just keeps exuding heat out into the kitchen or wherever else it may be, and consequently you have a high possibility of igniting something very close to it. That's why they suggest you keep heaters at least 3 feet away from any wall space or any combustible area.
You know, we've talked so much over the years about warming shelters. I know Pawtucket opened up warming shelters yesterday. How often are they used, actually? You know,
and actually, every time there's a cold spell like this, they at least consider it. This time they are exercising it. Each municipality is responsible for its own population. You can find the exact locations either by going to the the EMA website, and they list all the towns and cities, all the municipalities, or you can call direct and talk to your local town and city, either police department or EMA department. They'll tell you exactly where it is and whether it's open or not.
And we've seen some school districts across the country, Ohio, for example, canceling school because of the extreme cold. We've seen that here in
we have. I don't anticipate that's going to happen here. Perhaps in a remote area where it might get a little bit challenging, but they do make that decision from time to time. That's the responsibility, once again, of the municipality, specifically the superintendent of schools or perhaps the school board.
All right, let's switch gears for a moment, General. Let's talk about Paris. There was an attack there. 12 people were killed. The United States is offering some help with intelligence, correct?
They are. Yes, they are. Unfortunately, I think we're going to see more and more of this, and this was based upon what they think is a result of more individuals joining ISIS from these particular countries and going back to those countries. And I'm not suggesting that was the case here, but that's one issue that they're looking at in attempting to gather information and intelligence to preclude it from happening again.
Now, the president of France says he has seen a rise in religion-related tensions in his country. When you think of France, you don't normally think of that.
You don't, but there's a high population of Islamic believers in France, as well as in a high in London specifically, as well as 700,000 in the United States. So you have radical Islam and you have Islam, and within that area you have some significant tension, not only within the religion but certainly other religions too.
All right, General Centracchio, as always, thank you for your thoughts and thanks for watching.